Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another video. First off, thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers. I really appreciate you guys so much for that. Worked really hard to get there, and so can't thank you guys enough for getting this channel to 1,000 subscribers. Okay, let's talk about this crazy Republican senator who is refusing to admit that white nationalists are racist. Absolutely insane. And just to give you guys a little insight, the guy's name is Tommy Tuberville. He's a Republican senator out of Alabama. I'm going to give you guys some insight here on the black community, okay? Because first off, not only am I a black person, but I worked in the actual black community when I was working in politics. I worked for several black state representatives, and their districts are mostly black. Their districts mostly cover the hoods in the Chicagoland area or just Illinois period, wherever it might be. Mostly Chicagoland areas where I worked. And yeah, I worked with black people and black voters for the last like 5-6 years. So I know exactly how black people think, why they vote the way they do. And then my mother runs a nonprofit, which is centered around empowering and helping black people. And she works in the black neighborhoods as well. I say all this to say, there's like this Republican push on social media where they are trying to create this movement of, you know, just because you're black doesn't mean you have to vote Democrat. And why do black people always vote Democrat? Why don't you vote Republican? Come over to the Republican side. We're better, blah, blah, blah. And this right here perfectly explains why black people stay away from the Republican Party for the most part. It is because there are just so many people in this party who are just overtly racist. It's two different things, because I know some people are going to say that, oh, well, the Democrats are racist too. There's racist people in the Democratic Party. You're right about that. But you know what the Democrats won't do? They won't come out and say crazy stuff like this. They won't come out like Donald Trump said back when you had those riots going on or whatever that was, those protests going on with those white nationalists back in Charlottesville. Donald Trump came out during his presidency. I believe that was 2017 or 2018. But Donald Trump came out and said, oh, there's bad people on both sides. See, Democrats don't do stuff like that. And so I don't care what you want to call it. Some people say, oh, they're just pandering to black people because they want their vote. Whatever you want to call it. Black people do not want to vote for somebody who says crazy stuff like this. OK, and that's what Tommy Tuberville said. Let's go ahead and actually play the video so you guys can fully hear what he said. He went on CNN out of all places and said this, which, you know, CNN had a field day with this one. But let's go ahead and play the video. Here we go.
That have different beliefs. Now, if racism is one of those beliefs, I'm totally against it. I am totally against racism.
But
there's a lot of people that believe in different things.
Is racist, Senator.
Well, that's your opinion. That's your opinion. But if it's racism,
see, this guy is nuts. But black people will never, ever in life vote for him, at least in the mass majority. OK, the vast majority. This guy literally said, and he tried to protect himself. He said, oh, well, I think racism is a bad thing. I do not agree with racism. I don't like racism. Then she's like, well, you know, white nationalists are racist, too. Right. And he's like, well, that's your opinion. What? Keep in mind, guys, he's a senator in Alabama. What is Alabama known for? Come on, let's not play dumb here. Come on now. Alabama is known as being a historically racist state. Let's not beat around the bush here, okay? It just facts are facts. And what I honestly believe, I'm not going to say that this guy is necessarily racist, although what he said was awful, but I can't prove that he's racist, so I'm not going to go that far. But what I will say about this guy is some of these people on the Republican side know who their base is. They know who their voters are. He knows that white nationalists and white overt racists, people who will go online and overtly admit that they're racist, those types of people who live in Alabama, because there's people like that in the South. That's just how the South is. He knows that that's his base. He knows that those types of people are voting for him. So he doesn't want to offend them. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing with Donald Trump. These people, and I'm not saying this is everybody, some Republicans, like Mitch McConnell came out and completely denounced this. Shout out to him. You know, I actually got the video right here. There's a short right here, and they basically asked him, and he completely denounced it. Shout out to him. But some people won't, because they want to toe that line. And that's the problem. You know, that is a huge problem to me when you can't admit that a white nationalist is a racist. That's like the most common sense thing. Isn't the Republican Party supposed to be the party of common sense? That's the most common sense thing I can think of. Yes, of course, a white nationalist is racist. Talk about that's your opinion. And it's funny because he knows he was wrong, because they even made him apologize. It says right here, Tommy Tuberville apologizes for, oh, this is something else. Let me go to the thing and find it. But he definitely apologized. Um, let's see. Tommy Tuberville, white nationalist, apology. He definitely apologized because I saw the articles on it. Uh, yeah, I don't see it, but he definitely walked it back. I saw the article. I can't find it right now, but he definitely walked it back. Walk back. White nationalist. I literally just had a whole thing pulled up that had all the articles, but now I can't find it. Funny. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Tuberville concedes white nationalists are racist, but holds on military nominees. That's another thing. He's in trouble for that. But let's let's. But Tuberville's effort to walk back his remarks did not relieve U.S. senators from having. Okay, so basically he walked it back. The articles are there. You can look it up. I'm not lying. But yeah, so this guy's nuts. This is why I will never vote Republican. Well, first of all, another reason why I won't vote Republican is because like half of them support Trump, which I'm just totally against. I think Trump is a national embarrassment. I think Trump is one of the worst presidents and worst politicians we've ever had. I think he's just a piece of garbage. I think he's an awful person. And of course, I'm going to have a lot of people in the comments who are going to be mad because like 50% of the country loves Donald Trump, which is sad. And I actually believe says a lot about our country that 50% of the whole freaking population loves this guy. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, so you got that going on. And then the other funny part is this isn't the only thing that this guy's done. This guy's in trouble for something else. So not only did he have those comments on CNN, but this same senator, the Tuberville guy, blocked hundreds of military promotions over reproductive rights. It says right here, a Republican senator is blocking the promotions of hundreds of U.S. military officers, including some of the nation's top brass, due to his objection to the Pentagon allowing women to take leave or travel if they need an abortion. In an extraordinary standoff, retired Alabama football coach turned politician Tommy Tuberville is refusing to allow a vote on the promotions of defense personnel, leaving about 250 officers and their families in limbo in the U.S. Marine Corps without a commander for the first time in 164 years. I don't know how people vote for these people. It is insane. These people are nuts. And again, just to further reiterate why I just can't vote for Republicans, we have another conservative Republican group called Moms for Liberty. Well, they had a chapter based in Indiana that had to apologize because they quoted Hitler in their recent newsletter. It's just like, I don't know how you guys could vote for these people. I would never in my life vote for somebody that's quoting Hitler. What the heck are you doing quoting Hitler? Now, that is legit. Like, that's like Hitler is like top 3, like worst human beings in world history. Like, I don't know why anybody will quote him. It's not funny. It's not cool. It's not admirable. It's not okay. It needs to stop. And just, this is the party we're dealing with. This is that party who thinks that that's okay. There were other conservatives who had got in trouble for quoting Hitler. What's the guy's name? Richard Spencer. Wasn't he quoting Hitler? Didn't Candace Owens get in trouble for something regarding Hitler? Kanye West, who is a conservative. He didn't used to be, but he is now. He got in trouble for saying he loved Hitler or something crazy like that. And the list just goes on. It's just like, man, you won't ever in your life catch me voting for these people. These people are nuts. So I'm going to keep covering these stories because time and time again, especially as we get to the 2024 election, as we get closer to it, you're going to start to see more and more of these crazy ass Republicans just saying things that are nuts. And don't get me wrong, the Democrats are not great either. I mean, I like them way better than the Republicans, but the Democrats have a lot of issues too, but they're way better than the Republicans. And the way that I look at it is I'm not really a fan of voting third party, at least not in this climate. I think the fact that Donald Trump appointed 3 Republican conservative justices, and we're now seeing, based on the latest rulings they just issued, we're now seeing the effects of that. I think the 2024 election is going to be too important to vote third party. So even though we unfortunately are stuck in a situation where we have to vote for the lesser of two evils, I would much rather do that than vote for these crazy people who say crazy things and think that white nationalists are not racist and have the balls to say that on national TV. These people are empowered to be racist. These people are empowered to be bigots. These people are empowered to say just some of the most awful things you can say, and it needs to stop. We got to do better. We really are going back in time as a country. We're going back to like 1940, and that's not cool. It's 2023. We should not be going backwards. We should be going forward. And so anyway, that's my rant. Thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers. Yeah, thanks so much for watching this video. If you made it to the end, you are amazing. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.